The main story today, as I stated, that 40,000 deaths to come by Election Day, which will be the 3rd of November, and that will be coronavirus deaths. There'll be a whole lot more otherwise. Then comes hell, drunk and on steroids, waving a Confederate and Black Lives Matter flag. We're 40 days out now from the November 3rd election. And the prognosticators, at least the people at Johns Hopkins University have been reporting that at least 1,000 people per day have been dying from the coronavirus event, and some 40,000 new cases reported every day. And according to the stats, the numbers of states, there are 27 new states now that are noticing an increase in both deaths and also in new cases discovered in 27 states, and just a few states that are still holding steady, and a few are on the decline. So by the time we get to the 3rd of November, all things remaining as they are, and I see why they're going to change in terms of the coronavirus event, 40,000 more people would have died. Now, you know, we've crossed, or they have crossed, the 200,000 deaths mark on yesterday, or this week, this past weekend. So by then, there'll be 240,000. And by the way, let me say parenthetically, if you think that coronavirus is a hoax, I'm sure you know better, but it may be expedient for you. And I can talk to you, because I figure you and I can talk. I figure you're good to go. I mean, it's not a hoax, no more than the common flu is a hoax. You know these people are dying. But it may be politically expedient for you to say, well, it ain't going to happen to me. And it may very well may not. But it's not a hoax. Now, come on, this is me. This is James David. Man, I'm the Lord's servant, I'm the Lord. This is me just talking to, right? But we can talk. I mean, I'm not going to hold it against you if you're politicized, if you're saying it's a hoax, because you're in a political thing, right? But it's not a hoax. So let's get that straight. So with another 40,000 people, it's going to touch 40,000 people in a nation of 300 million. It's going to touch you somewhere pretty soon. 250,000 people dead in a nation of 300 million. It's going to touch you pretty soon. And by November 3rd, you may be touched by it. And, so at that point in time, what the world will look like, homeboy, and on the 3rd of November, what the world gonna look like. I mean, you see how messed up things are now? Nancy Fancy, I call her San Francisco Nancy and Chuck and the boys, and then we got Justice Ginsburg kicking the bucket. And I think God called her home. He didn't call her home. I think God took out a commission to stir the pot of the tribulation. I do, because God could have let that woman live. I mean, what's another 3-4 months, right? God could have let her live, Justice Ginsburg. God could have let her live. What's another 3 months of a woman that's already 87? Well, what's another 3 months, right? No, I think God stirred the pot on this, cast his vote on this whole matter of the Supreme Court Justice. Having said that, no, I think that by the time we get to, man, you ain't gonna know, you probably everybody gonna probably need to be armed to the teeth when they step out on the street. And by the 3rd of November, because things gonna be so raucous and so gonna be so violent in America. And then comes the election on election day and then election night. Now, if Tribulation Trump does not win the state of Florida, right? If he doesn't win the state of Florida in the early return, on Florida there'll be very dispute. There'll be no dispute about hanging chads this time, and even the mail-in votes will be legitimate in Florida, because and the vote count will be if Joe Dementia Biden. If Joe Dementia, by the way, why does he walk the way? What's wrong? And why is his leg so skinny? You ever see that boy's legs? Joe Biden. Why is he so skinny? I mean, his legs. Anyway, if Joe Dementia Biden wins Florida, then it's going to be a long night and a long month. I mean, we may not know who's president until after Christmas, or maybe after that. But then comes, at the point in time, then all the forces are going to come out. I've heard people tell me, and I'm not going to call anybody's name, I ain't snitching on nobody, but people have told me, said, Pastor Manning, if Biden wins the election, he said, first of all, Black Lives Matter coming to get you. You up there, some guy told me, you up there in New York talking all that talk. I hear you up there talking that talk, talking about tribulating Trump. But he said, if Biden wins the election, Black Lives Matter coming to get you, they're going to run you out that church up there. And you and everybody that's with you. And you're going to be down here begging us in Tennessee for a shelter. That guy said that to me. And Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ, if Biden wins, no, you should have seen what they did to me when Obama won. Talk about mercy, talking about the mercy of the Lord. It's only the mercy of the Lord. I'm still alive after Obama. If Biden wins, I ain't leaving town. I ain't leaving now. Remember Jerry Lee Lewis haunted house? I bought this house. There ain't no Hank gonna run me off. I ain't going nowhere. The Hank told Jerry Lee Lewis, don't be here when the morning come. He said, yes, I'll be here when the morning come. I'll be right here and I ain't gonna run. I bought this house and you know I'm boss and ain't no Hank gonna run me off. And Black Lives Matter ain't gonna run me off. So I'm gonna be here. Having said that, hell is coming in November. It's gonna be something. I'm telling you the truth. You're gonna need some popcorn to watch it. I'm not for either one of these people, right? So I'm just gonna stand on the sidelines and watch this stuff go down. I said hell's gonna be drunk. It's one thing. You ever see a drunk man? And on steroids. Hell gonna be, and I don't think we're gonna ever recover, quite frankly. The only place safe is gonna be the ATLAH Church, because I'm the Lord's servant. You do know that, and and the Lord's with me. No, the Lord is with me. He is, and so so I thought I would let y'all know that this is it's all coming, and it's gonna get worse after that. The Congress and Nancy and Chuck and McConnell can't get together now on a stimulus package. People ain't got no money. Restaurants and businesses are closing. Hotels are shut down. Lord & Taylor is going out of business. Walmart, I think Oracle and Walmart or somebody bought 20% of TikTok, and China still owns the doggone thing. And it's just going to get worse. It ain't going to get better. And a number of people are prognosticating that the coronavirus is going to start killing. By January 1, there'll be another 220,000 people, 200,000 people now. 420,000 people will be dead of coronavirus by January. New Year's will come in with that many people, 500,000 people dead of coronavirus. And that's just the start for starters, because you'll have the flu season and all those things going on. So I think that what is going to happen primarily is that we're going to see civil war. I think, the Confederate flag boys are going to say, we ain't going for Joe Biden and Kamala. We ain't going to go for it. And I think they're going to take the streets, the Confederate boys with a Confederate flag and everybody. And the Black Lives Matter has already been in the street. I think, I tell you what, let me give you boys, Confederate boys, a hint. And send me an offering now that I've told you this, because, if you're going to act on the fact that if Biden wins, and you're going to act, now I'm not encouraging you to act, no Pope, not the FBI knocking on my door saying I'm inciting riotous behavior. I am not. But if y'all boys are going to act, you Confederate boys, if y'all going to act, do it in the wintertime. Because black people don't like going to the street in the wintertime. They don't like the winter. So y'all can have the streets to yourself. Now, if you fool around and wait till June or July, you're going to have trouble. And black people are going to be crawling out the woodwork. I don't know if y'all can handle that. So you need to make your charge. You need to make your advance, Confederate boys. If you want to win. Now that I told you that, you ought to send me an offering, right? And you want to make me a military advisor? I'll be a military advisor. Won't put me on staff, on salary. $100,000 a month, right? That's peanuts compared to what's at stake. Because if Biden and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders get a hold of y'all, you wish you'd pay me $1 million a week if Alexander Ocasio-Cortez get a hold of y'all, that girl got something. No, she got something for y'all. So, but this thing is, I'm laughing, but I'm serious. No, I'm dead. I'm a serious cancer. It's going to happen. You can already see what's happening. You saw what happened this summer, right? Black Lives Matter marching all over. They were everywhere. All in the street, but they're going home now because it's cold, getting cold. And the colder it get, the more they're going to stay home. They'll say the revolution can wait until it gets to summertime. Summertime. But seriously, let me just rephrase all of this. I would say to everybody, and I'm asking the Lord every day to show me how to prepare for the world that lies ahead of us. America is in a great racial civil war divide. And, people that support Biden know that the boy's got dementia. They know that Biden is a fraud. They know that Kamala Harris is a 2-time fraud from way back when. They know it. The supporters of Kamala and Biden, they know that. But they want to beat Trump so bad, they don't care. They will vote for a toad frog. They don't care. They don't care. And they figure this. They figure that once they get Biden in office, they can throw him out, declare him insane. Even they'll be picking at him. George Stephanopoulos will have him on the Meet the Press on Good Morning America, and Biden will stumble and stutter. And they say, "Oh, he got dementia. Take him to the hospital, and you won't see Biden no more." They'll put him in a white straight jacket, and you won't see nothing about Biden. And then Kamala Harris will step up with such a moment as this, and our great leader has been hospitalized. And it is my humble civic duty to step in and to keep America going. Kamala Harris, I teach you, to keep America going until our honored and beloved President Biden can return. That's the kind of mess you're going to see should they win. And you know what that's going to be like if you turn Kamala Harris loose in that Oval Office behind that resolute desk. You turn that girl loose, you're going to wish you'd be praying for Hillary Clinton. I swear to God, they'll be down there in Mississippi and Alabama, down there holding 40-day prayer and fasting to get Hillary Clinton. We want Hillary. They'll be waving the flag and they have right up under the Confederate flag, "We want Hillary, we want Hillary, we want Hillary," to get rid of Kamala. Oh, and the Black Lives Matter, all them trannies. Oh, man. So anyway, that's what we're looking at. And the coronavirus is going to keep killing. This coronavirus is serious, my friend. No, it is a killer. No, it is. It is. And this is from God. Listen, no politician got nothing to do with this. Thing is from God, this coronavirus. No, it is. In fact, all of this is from God. I told you, Justice Ginsburg was planning on living. God said, "No, I want to stir this pot a little bit. I want a little bit more war going on over here." So he took her out. Because I think he could have let her live. I believe that with everything. I believe that. I actually believe that God took her so he could stir the pot. He wants to get it on. I think God and it is going to get on. So, that's where we are. And I haven't covered, the potential of other nations intervening in this event. But we can definitely rest assured that we're in for a tumultuous time. That America can never go back home to democracy again. I'm James Evan Manning, everybody. I'm James Evan Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.